Hello there.
The Adventures of Mulder and Scully return, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, I uploaded episode 5 of the X-Files Season 3. So at the time I'm recording this, you guys haven't seen the nice little intro change-up I did for episode 6. It was a neat little intro change. I just had to do it. The weather conditions were perfect, for the reaction. And I was just like, yeah, I got to do it for the X-Files, man. So I cannot wait to hear your guys' comments on that episode. It was interesting to see, the comments on episode 5 and the discourse in the comment section, because I asked a question in that episode about, the stakes for the X-Files. Were you guys ever worried for Mulder and Scully? And it was great. It was great to see your guys' comments. There were so many, and I read all of them, and it was great. For my channel standards, you guys show up to any reaction and you guys comment, and the interactions are great. Even though for me, I think it's a lot of comments. For some people, they might think, it's not that many. But when it comes to X-Files, the passion is really shown in the comment section, and yeah, I absolutely love it. So it was interesting to hear you guys' thoughts on, how you felt at the time watching the X-Files, when you guys started the X-Files as well. And at the time, some people knew about certain things about, the ins and outs of, how television worked, the deals and stuff like that. Some people didn't. And yeah, there was, I think, some comments saying, they were more worried for Scully rather than Mulder, because, Scully's the one always in peril a lot. And, there was one comment I just read as well, which was posted a matter of minutes ago, on that reaction, talking about, they were more worried for obviously Scully and, those episodes such as like, the Dwayne Barry ones, Colony, Endgame, those were the ones that really, really, really had Scully in peril a lot of the times. And she does a fantastic job, Gillian Anderson. I always commend her. And yeah, what a fantastic episode that episode 5 was. Even though it was, a monster of the week type episode, there was some great horror elements in it. And when I was when I was editing that reaction, I was just in awe again at the lighting and production design of the prison itself. It was absolutely sensational. And I'll be going, if I end up directing, in the future and stuff like that, making my own stuff, I will go back to that to that episode as a reference, man, because that was fantastic. And I still love the thumbnail I picked for that episode, the screenshot I got with Scully turning and the figure in the background, with the guard walking away. It's great stuff. Trademark X-Files. But yeah, I've ranted long enough in this intro. What's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 25-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shooting shot today. We are up to episode 7 of the X-Files Season 3, titled The Walk. We're going to get into the reaction. We're going to have some fun with this thing. And as always, baby, let's absolutely freaking smash it. Let's go.
Triumphs and great tragedies.
Paralyzed?
Lieutenant Colonel, with these suicide attempts.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Cries for help.
You've tried and failed to kill yourself 3 times in as many weeks. Frankly, if you wanted to...
You don't understand. He won't let me. He won't let me die.
Who? Who won't let you die?
His own self? His shadow?
Just relax a moment. I'll be back with something to help you sleep.
Ain't no way we're letting people break out of their rooms like that. Oh, it's probably just a hospital, but how are they getting out of their rooms that easily? And locking himself in the hydrotherapy room like that? Unattended? No cameras whatsoever? Come on, man. These military facilities got to get their act together. People just be strolling around. Is he gonna try and burn himself to death? Holy moly.
Just let me go.
Oh my god.
Woo! Oh, we're gonna use some... We are in for some makeup effects this episode.
He's in there.
Bro tried to boil himself to death.
I told you, he won't let me die.
Well, he didn't do a pretty good job of stopping you from getting in that hot tub. Question. If you guys were given the reins to write an X-Files episode, what would your premise be? Without spoiling any future episodes of this series. But yeah, something that hasn't been done this series. Actually, you know what? Just say it. Just say, what would your idea for an X-Files episode be? Put it in the comment section if you're seeing this in the reaction. I want to know, if you were given free reins to direct an X-Files episode, what would you have the premise be? Would you have it a Monster of the Week episode? Would you, and what type of monster would you like to include? What would you like to delve into? So yeah, would it be that type of episode? Would you want to, delve into the mythology a bit more? Would you do a government episode? Would you do a 2-parter, a 3-parter? What if you guys were given free reign to direct an X-Files episode? I'm gonna say it again. What would you do? What is your idea for an X-Files episode, with Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny, sorry. What would you do for an X-Files episode if you were given free reins? Where would you set it? What location? Do you have any good locations in mind? I want to hear you guys out in the comment section. I want to hear you guys out. I should have probably put this in the intro, but I want to hear you guys out. You know what? I might change this for the intro, actually, and then do the talk later. Maybe. I'll see. Riscado. Yeah, I'm interested to hear you guys' thoughts. Would you do the Monster of the Week, like I was saying? What type of monster? Where would you set the episode?
I told them and I told them, but they won't listen. You mean? Then he started taking it all away.
What did he start taking away?
Everything.
Classic cell shock, post-traumatic stress syndrome.
My wife. My children.
And how did he do that?
Mild a slight head shake.
He burned them alive. Now he makes me suffer. Because he won't let me die.
Agents Mulder and Scully? May I have a word with you?
Yeah, what was he doing with that little piece of paper there, Mulder?
I've been asked to have you suspend whatever investigation you've begun here. Protocol requires all criminal investigation of military personnel to be conducted through military channels and their
Here we
superior
go.
officer.
What, we didn't sign in at the front desk?
You're in breach of code and procedure.
Excuse me, but does General Callahan have a superior officer? Assuming that we wanted to investigate him, who would we talk to?
Investigate him for what?
Whatever.
General
Hypothetical.
Callahan is the senior officer here.
Well, then we'd like to speak to him on our way out.
I don't know that he's available.
Ask him to make himself available. Tell him that it's our protocol. In the meantime, we would like to finish up with Lieutenant Colonel Stans. You never know when he might try and kill himself again.
Damn. That was a 1-on-1 match for the WWE Women's title. Sus mailman. Ooh.
In my dream, I rise up out of my chair. I can stand. And I look down the hallway. Only I'm not in the ward anymore. I'm at home. There's my baby girl. We all know how you feel.
No, you don't. How the hell could you possibly know how I feel? There's only one way you could ever know, and I can only pray to God that he'll come down and take your legs and your arms away and give you a little taste of what it feels like.
I like the episode
Ouch.
that deals with vets. Bro, they love
I'm sorry.
the way they project the light in scenes is so interesting, honestly. The X-Files has done lighting, possibly a way I've never seen it before done, in terms of the way they overly saturate the scenes with natural lighting. Or obviously probably not natural lighting, but obviously it's probably a studio or like a soundstage with additional lighting equipment. But the way they project it to make it look natural is great. with the 3 rays of light being projected through the windows here. It's great stuff. Like, it sets like an atmosphere for the scene like no other. And you know, Marvel actually in their Disney Plus show does have this tendency to have these, like, there's some, I don't know if you guys noticed it, if you guys have watched some of the new Marvel Netflix shows, especially even like in season 1 of Daredevil Born Again, they have these scenes where they have like a sort of, they have like an overly saturated scene with white lighting coming through windows, and it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. I don't know, it just, sometimes I feel like it takes me out of the scene. It doesn't feel natural. Whereas in the X-Files here, I think because, you know, it's got that grainy tinge to it, the scene, and I don't know what it is. I feel like it all seems practical and it just looks and feels real. I don't know if you guys, I know I'm not articulating myself well here, but yeah, like when I was watching it in Daredevil Born Again, I see like you know, they add this sort of overly saturated lighting, or like it feels unnatural in a way. It looks unnatural and it doesn't have that grit to it that the OG Daredevil show had. And I didn't mind Daredevil Born Again season 1. You know, I thought it was pretty decent considering what they went through in terms of like the reshoots and stuff like that. But I don't know, in the X-Files, it just, yeah, the lighting is superb. It almost feels like there's so much thought and effort put into it. And they actually pride themselves in their lighting and the way the scene is constructed. Even in the lesser episodes, like, or the, like, you know, these episodes that are not mythology episodes, they really do spare no expense in terms of like the production. Like that medium wide long shot there of like, yes, with
What is it, Roach?
with all the vets in their circle.
You got that I'm freaking out look on your face. What's the matter?
They're asking questions about the LC.
The hell with the feds. All right, Roach? You hear me? Hell with them. Just forget about them.
Wait, is that the general?
General. Sir? Agents Mulder and Scully to see you, sir.
Thank you, Captain.
General?
I want you to know I've had the captain contact the Justice Department and let them know about the FBI's gross misconduct.
Oh, that's not good.
I guess this isn't a good time to thank you for seeing us.
Let me assure you, this matter will not go unaddressed.
Oh,
I would hope not, considering the extremity of Lieutenant Colonel Stan's case.
What case? Well, it was a tragic accident.
No doubt. But there is no record of any criminal or arson investigation.
Stan's tried to save his family that night.
fabricated.
According to him, he was prevented from doing so by some kind of phantom soldier.
Look, I've known Stans a long time, and there's no doubt that he has suffered terribly.
Not unlike Staff Sergeant Kevin Akelin. You know Sergeant Akelin, isn't that correct, sir?
He served under me in the Gulf, yes.
6 months ago, Akelin also lost his family to a house fire. Afterwards, he received psychiatric treatment for delusional behavior, telling the doctors that he wanted to die, but that somebody wouldn't let him.
Ooh.
Throwing himself into a wood chipper on the hospital grounds. Now, unless that's procedure and protocol, I'd say the coincidence of detail has been rather strangely overlooked, sir.
Hold on, just who's under suspicion here? Look, I make no excuses for the sadness of these men's lives. They are casualties of war. Once brave men who we can do little but feel sorry for. If you think there's more to it, you are seriously mistaken.
That's your conclusion, General. But I'd hope you'd allow us the opportunity to come to our own.
Damn. Scully doing the talking this episode. She's standing up to the military officers, even the general. Hey, there were some shots in that, you know, when we cut here to the wide long shot, when it had the close-up shots of the general, bro, the American flag was lit up in a way where it was glowing. It was emanating that blue and red light. I'm not joking. Look at this shot here. Bro, look at the way the American flag is lit up. Now, I'm not sure if that is part of the transfer from the 4:3 aspect ratio to the HD remaster on Disney Plus with the 16:9 aspect ratio. But again, X-Files lighting, I don't know. It's just so cool to see like the American flag glowing like that in the background. But then when you cut to the wide long shot, it's not. But like, I don't know if that's continuity error, but I don't know if that's just creative flair.
The extremity of Lieutenant Colonel Stan's case.
What case? There's no
Always a
case.
shady military
Stans is a
man.
very
Always.
sick man.
Yes, so we gather.
Well, it was a tragic accident.
No doubt. But there is no record of any criminal or arson investigation.
Scully ain't
Dan's
playing
tried to
around
save
this
his family
episode.
that
She
night.
ain't playing around,
According
bro.
to him, he was prevented from doing so by some kind of phantom soldier.
She got that look in her eye. I
I've
can
known
see it.
Stans a long time, and there's no doubt that he has suffered terribly.
Not unlike Staff Sergeant Kevin Aiklin.
Or throwing himself into a wood chipper on the hospital grounds. Now, unless that's procedure.
On just whose lives, they're seriously mistaken.
Wood. Yo, that woman officer, man. Yo, she gorgeous. I'ma say it.
You really think the general's got something to hide?
No. I think he's got everything to hide.
That's again. There was that episode with the dodgy general.
The general is protecting his men, but what he's protecting them from is prosecution for the murder. Drew you to this case.
Bro, I hate the skip
Something
thing.
to hide?
Now I was saying,
No.
it's similar to that episode as well in season 2, was it? With the general holding the immigrants in the military base, and he ended up doing some weird juju. But I kind of like the Exiled episodes, covering the military, because I feel like I don't know if I'm wrong in right in saying this, but I feel like there's some underlying commentary on the treatment on soldiers and vets in general with the episode. So it has that like theme to it, in terms of like the treatment of those who serve during as well, during their service and after their service. And you saw in the episode with Tony Todd, I can't remember what it was called. I don't know if it was called Sleepless, but they didn't sleep for they never slept right after what happened. Obviously dealing with the effects of PTSD and what they went through in the Vietnam War, but also their reintegration into society, or lack thereof, from the military and the government. I could be wrong in saying this, but I like how the X-Files has that underlying commentary on like real world issues, whether it's in America or other countries as well.
I think he's got everything to
Mainly
hide.
the US, but yeah.
You don't think he's just closing ranks to protect his men?
Mulder, I know it's not what drew you to this case to begin with, but I think it's very clear what's going on here.
What? Cause of the effect.
Considering the government's absolute disavowal of Gulf War syndrome, I'd say it's a pretty good reason to prevent our investigation. But you're not
There we go,
buying it.
Gulf War syndrome.
No, what I can't figure out is why a man who so deliberately and methodically set out to commit suicide would leave the one entrance to the room unsecured. But then again, I obviously have a feeble grasp of Army protocol and procedure.
Come in.
Yo, who
I
is she?
apologize, sir. I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that earlier.
I know that, Captain. This
Draper?
whole situation is unfortunate.
Is there anything more I can do?
No. Go home and get some rest. We'll deal with it in the morning. Relax, Captain. That's an order.
Yes, sir.
Caption Draper. Hello, Caption. If you've seen Bad Boys 2, you know. What's he hiding? What's he hiding? Oh, Glenn Feddick. No way. Oh my.
Time has come, killer.
The shadow right there of the soldier with the helmet on. That was cold. Deserted hallway as well. Answering machine beeping. Distorted voices, bro. I'm getting goosebumps. This is great. There's some juju involved, man. Not the juju episodes. No, if Draper dies, is her name Draper? If the Caption dies, man, I'm gonna be so upset. She is made in God's image. God, don't do it. Oh no, she gone. Don't tell me. He said go home, get some rest. Not do recovery laps in the pool. Unless she has an Olympic pool in her house, but I doubt it. And didn't she get what the general said The general's giving her Happy Gilmore instructions. Go to your home. Oh my hell nah, bro. What are these shadows are moving mad. Bro, what is happening? Nah, leave the Captain alone, bro. Leave her. She doesn't deserve this. Not the weird juju whispers in the background as well. The ritualistic chants. That's the Predator. The Predator was in the water. Oh no, she getting Bruce the Shark. Oh no, she just got jawsed. She got jawsed. They killed my captain. They killed my captain. What, are they going to rule this as a suicide as well? In her bathing suit?
Will you be contacting her family?
She had no family. The army was her family.
Damn, man.
I'm sorry.
I was next up.
Yes. Why?
If the pattern we've seen is at all consistent, you and your family may be in danger.
Based on what? The
But
death of
Draper
my
had no
adjutant?
family.
Just keep an eye on it. Watch out for anything out of the ordinary.
Bro,
Whoa,
so
you're serious?
This is a military base, Scully. We've got security everywhere. No one saw or heard a thing.
it's a
That's so hard
ghost.
to believe. Her screams would have been muffled underwater. There would be no fingerprints.
It also fits the MO Lieutenant Colonel Stans' Phantom Killer.
Agent Mulder, what did you mean by that?
Well, just a word to the wise, sir.
No, I mean anything out of the ordinary.
Any unusual or unexplained phenomena.
Come on, General, speak up. Well,
Last night,
the Phantom Soldier, when he said your next killer, so has the General done something as well? Like, has he been marked by the Phantom Soldier? Has he done something shady or dodgy that hasn't been uncovered yet?
My office. He said my name, but when I turned around, he was gone. Then my phone machine went all snaky again.
Again?
That's happened before.
No, not what I saw. But the phone calls, yes. Twice before at my home.
Callahan residence.
Mom, Bill's here.
Like father, like son. Holy moly. Bro, that guy went through the...
Mom!
He went through the door.
What is it? What is it, honey?
Leave the son alone. He did nothing.
Who?
Someone must be like projecting. Oh, it's the mailman. Is it that guy? Is he projecting himself, or is he's not the... He can't be moving that slick, surely.
It just comes on. The phone doesn't even ring. At first, I thought it was a prank.
Give it to the lone gunman.
Save the other ones?
No, I erased them.
Give it to the lone gunman. They'll decode it.
Checked the whole house. They couldn't find anything wrong.
Have you noticed any other type of electronic interference, like the radio or the television?
I feel like there's something the general ain't saying.
There's someone in the back here. I saw someone out here. I'm certain of it.
You better call the police, John.
Gonna feel a little stick here.
It was too close, man. Too close. I ain't doing it anymore, you understand?
What?
I said, I ain't doing it anymore.
Anymore, so he's been taking...
I wouldn't be in this damn chair if it wasn't for you. Hey!
He's taking General
This
Callahan's
isn't
mail.
about you and me, man. This is about all the grunts and all the crips and all the boys that came home in a box. The enemy must be defeated. We're gonna do it. You're gonna do your part, and I'm gonna do mine. Nurse!
Is it?
What do you do, man, when I rap on the tank?
Get some, fire at will.
Good. You're all right. Nurse, come on! This is killing me here.
Damn.
Mess. You got to learn to sit still.
Is it him? Is it him? Is it the quadriplegic? That's doing it? That's why he's so afraid of him? He recognizes him? He can project himself somehow? I don't know.
We've been a bit luckier. Whoever's targeted the general didn't just leave footprints, they left fingerprints as well.
Really? Where?
Forensics just lifted 2 matching indexes and a thumb. One on the mailbox next to the front door and one on the door leading
Amateur, Roach. Amateur.
We better go run them.
They're on their way to the NCIC as we speak.
Damn, that was that was a banging cut. FBI, open up!
Hands over your head! Okay. Put your hands down behind your back. Cuff it.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a
Court of law. You have a right to an attorney. Damn, Roach's apartment not looking good, man. I saw a lot of radio devices, I think, in the shot before. Am I wrong? No, I was wrong. Sorry. I must have mistook it for something. Because he might have sent the message of the distorted voices.
We've got him, Mulder.
Mulder's not satisfied. Mulder's not satisfied. They got the accomplice. Damn, bro's committed. Bro's committed. Bro's committed to the Toy Story.
Watch your left flank there.
Okay.
Nice little bait right there. Nah, not the sandbox, bro. Not in the sandbox. No, not the kid. You shouldn't be smoking anyway.
Trevor? Hey, Trevor!
Did it? Don't tell me it killed Trevor.
We have enough evidence to place you at each of the crime scenes. In addition to accessory to murder, you're looking at conspiracy, breaking and entering, commission of a felony on federal property.
Get a cigarette?
No.
We know you weren't acting alone, Quentin. We know you had an accomplice.
How did he do it, Quentin?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
How did he get past the guard? How did he kill him? Trevor was only 8 years old.
I don't know. I didn't kill anybody.
Damn, that was a nice little cut right there because I thought they cut straight away to them interrogating Roach and they're going to hear the news about Trevor's death. But no, Trevor died and this is them interrogating him about Trevor's death. They didn't waste no time in learning about Trevor's death. So they cut, oh damn. So Trevor died. I am noticing a little bit of Jaws homages this episode a little bit, especially with the scene with Draper in the pool, the way she was moving around a little bit. Maybe that's a little nod to the opening of Jaws. And then there with Trevor's hand sticking out of the sand, again to Chrissy Watkins, when they found her body with her hand sticking out of the sand as it washed, like when it washed up on shore. I could be wrong, but maybe a few Jaws homages right here.
What does that mean? You're just a mailman.
Grappo's mailman.
He lied to us.
He said he was a mailman. What do you mean by that?
I don't know, but I'm adding it to the list. Are you coming?
Was he a mailman in the war as well? Oh, so that's how he's projecting himself in his sleep. Some pretty cool effects right there. With the ghost, with the phantom soldier. See the way it crept up over the kid in the sandbox? Or it came out of the sand?
He's been here before! I'm not safe here!
He's working. He's working on getting Roach out of here.
I'm not gonna tell you again. You're gonna kill me.
Ooh. Great hallway shot again.
You don't want to get him started again. He's pretty worked up about an hour ago.
Not as worked up as I'm gonna be.
Visitor, on your feet. God almighty.
Another one bites the dust. Casualty after casualty after casualty, man.
Suffocation. The bedsheet was stuffed down his throat.
Nobody been in the cell with him?
He did it all by himself.
Not likely.
Not likely?
Yeah, he had help, Scully, and he wasn't lying because I think the man that killed him was Leonard Trimble.
Rappo?
Yeah.
He can't even walk, let alone kill somebody.
You see this? This is a dental x-ray plate.
I know you've been walking around with this since we got
No,
here.
actually, the ones I've been walking around with, I already had developed at the hospital. See, this is the one I was carrying when we first met Stans, this one in the rehab room, in the pool, in the general's office, and this one at the general's house. All of them exposed to some kind of radiation.
From what?
From a cosmic force or whatever it is.
Phantom soldier. I came down here wondering if it could be true, if what Lieutenant Colonel Stans was describing was a case of astral projection.
There we go.
What you're saying is this man Rappo is leaving his body and floating around town killing people?
Yes.
Practitioners claim that during a self-hypnotic trance, the astral body can actually detach itself and float virtually anywhere, sometimes invisible, but sometimes appearing as an apparition. They even claim that the astral body has psychokinetic capabilities far greater than the corporeal body.
Then why would he need Quentin Freely?
Well, maybe he needs a psychic connection to a place, a thing, or an object, a letter. That's why Quentin called himself the mailman.
It's insane.
Sometimes the only sane response to an insane world is insanity. You know anything about backwards masking?
You mean messages recorded backwards in songs?
Yeah, or on the general's answering machine. Check this out.
Damn. Chilling, chilling. Hey, Scully wasn't quick to deny that one. I think she rolling with Mulder. Is that It's a Wonderful Life? Or am I tripping?
Leonard Trimble?
It looks like the ending of that movie.
Fred Astaire.
Mr. Trembo, we'd like to ask you a few questions about Quentin Freely.
Roach? What's he done now?
He's dead. We know that you've refused all efforts at rehabilitation. You've even refused to be fitted with prosthetic limbs.
Big deal. Maybe I don't want any of that crap.
Maybe because you don't need it. Because you can leave your body anytime you want.
Damn.
Kill anybody you want.
Great going to it.
If I could leave my body right now, I could think of something else I'd rather do.
Hey.
Callahan's boy.
You sat at home and watched the war on cable TV like it was a damn video game. You had no idea about the guys that died, about the blood and the sand, what it feels like when a hit comes. The thing is, you just don't care, do you? You got your crude oil. Just change that station, right? Killer got his prime time. LC got his fancy little medals. Now take a good look at me. What did I get? Nobody knows how I feel.
I think Scully not speaking up there says a lot. And again, Gillian Anderson's facial expressions, crazy. I think she has some sympathy for the guy. And I do in a way as well. I understand his frustration. Like, am I wrong in saying that? I understand his frustrations, especially with what happened. And him saying to Mulder and Scully, listen, you weren't there. You don't know how it went down. You don't know what we went through, and you never will experience stuff like that. Obviously, Scully and Mulder have gone through their own trauma, especially with all the extraterrestrial stuff. But, you know, from a military standpoint, what this guy has gone through, obviously, he's gone through a lot as well. A terrible ordeal.
They took my life away. Now, if you're through questioning me, I'd like to get a little shut-eye.
Is he unaware?
No sleepwalking. Well, that's good. I haven't heard that one yet. Hardy har har.
What do you want to do?
Tell General Callahan and warn him to stay out of his house.
I was about to say, is he unaware that he can astral project? But I think he's aware of what he can do. Why did the son have to die? Why did he kill his son? Unless he's unaware of what he's doing and who he's targeting. Again, I just realized another child killed in the X-Files. They don't hold back. They don't hold back. So he hasn't got the call yet to stay away from his house? Oh, it is him. It is Rappo. They revealed it. It is Rappo. In all his glory. Yeah, man. Torturing him slowly. Now he getting the phone call. Probably think it's going to be one of those stupid voicemails again.
No one's answering, the machine's not picking up.
You went to the wrong guy.
I know who he is.
Ooh. That's crazy. You kill... So, Rappo is like killing their families, pushing them to the brink of suicide, but not letting them go through with it. That is crazy. That is evil. That is sinister. And the general dipped out real quick. It's a pretty cool self-contained episode again. Within, you know, this military facility. Or this military hospital.
General Callahan, sir. I've been waiting for you.
Who are you?
One of your boys, General.
You killed my wife.
That's right, sir, I did. And the boy, too.
So calm about it. It's like he's proud.
Come on, killer.
Elie and Mulder gotta rock up in time.
Callahan, get some, get some. Come on, killer, do it. Fire it well. Come on, killer, do it.
He's channeling his inner Arnold right there.
Come on, killer, you can do better than that. Come on.
You're gonna suffer like the rest of us.
Oh, you think I'm gonna let it end this way? Do you? Is that what you think?
He needs to get some shut-eye.
He wanted me to kill him. I stood down. I'm done here.
Scully?
Killed his wife and his kid, man. And the other guy too. The house fire.
He's having some kind of a seizure.
I don't think so.
He's projecting. He's projecting. No. No. Bro, there have been some horrifying scenes in this episode. A lot of tense moments. Come on, Mulder. Run down them stairs, boy. He's just toying with him. They gotta wake up Rappo, man. Wake him up.
Your time has come.
Ooh, that is clever, man. They have really blended the effects of the Phantom Soldier well this episode. In the pool, in the sandbank, sandbank? The sandbox, sorry. And right there, the silhouette through the smoke again. I'm not gonna lie, they just need to bust a cap in his ass. No, he's in his ass, in his head. Of course, Scully not here, it's just Mulder. One-on-one with the Phantom Soldier. Did this guy go all the way to the basement floor as well?
Put him on the monitors and prep the crash cart. He's going into cardiac arrest. Okay. And make sure the team.
Oh no, he got... Ooh.
Lieutenant Colonel! Get the keys. We have to open the door. Open the door! Lieutenant Colonel, open the door!
Damn, he's gonna send Repo to the Shadow Realm. That's for his family. They really do get creative. Even like with this mini third act right here in this episode.
General Callahan, are you hurt?
I'm okay.
All the smoke. The pipes bursting. The boiling water. The steam.
Amputees sometimes feel the pain of phantom limbs, ghosts of hands still clenching, legs still aching. Is it not possible that Trimble developed a phantom soul, a malevolent psyche that took its violent revenge on those he held accountable?
Great prosthetic work there.
It was war that destroyed Leonard Trimble's body, but his wounds went deeper than the loss of his limbs. What destroyed those parts of him that make us human beings? Those better angels of our nature? I cannot say.
Some mysteries are better left unsolved. Some of the hallway shots this episode. Whoo, man. Another decent episode of the X-Files, ladies and gentlemen. Dare I say it, we're 7 from 7 in season 3 thus far. 7 from 7 in my opinion. You know, a nice, again, self-contained episode, obviously. Like I was saying before, the commentary on the treatment of soldiers, PTSD, you know, the commentary on the treatment of soldiers, reintegration, and it's sad seeing, you know, their state of minds, you know, post-war, especially what they've been through, and, you know, obviously, I think it was Lieutenant Trimble, clearly a very, very troubled man, and I'm not sure how he got, you know, maybe he went through just so much trauma, and he saw so much, in the war that, you know, he was able to astral project. And, you know, I believe Mulder explained it during the episode, like one of the doctors said, or like a practitioner said, how they can astral project their body after something that has happened to them, you know, like phantom limbs, as Mulder was saying at the end there. Yeah, that was a solid episode of the X-Files again, man. Like, I like these self-contained episodes. I really do, because I think I've experienced like some of the, I know there's 11 seasons of this show, but because I think I've experienced some of the pinnacle of the mythology episodes, you know, in Paperclip, and you know, that 3-part finale we got at the end of season 2, episode 1 of season 3, and then Paperclip, because I've sort of experienced those heights, I love the self-contained episodes, because I do know when we get to the bangers, they're gonna absolutely bang. Like, the mythology episodes are coming, but we do need these self-contained episodes. And even in these self-contained episodes, the dynamic between Mulder and Scully is always there. And then obviously you have the magic of the X-Files carrying the rest of the episode. Like the magic of Mulder and Scully is never going to disappear. It's always going to be there. The dynamic is always there despite the episode quality. But I feel like the self-contained episodes have got better and better as the series have went on. They are much stronger. They hold their own and they are memorable. Look at Humbug towards the end of season 2. And then even this season as well. Like I can't get over that prison episode and the lighting. Even though the story around it was pretty, like, you know, it was okay with the warden and stuff like that and his treatment of the inmates. And, you know, that I think the inmate that was on death row haunting him from the dead, even though that story was, like, okay, like, it was serviceable. The rest of the episode had that X-Files magic, like I was saying, with the lighting, the cinematography, the production design. So there's a lot going on for the X-Files. Even though if the story is not the best or well executed, there's also other elements in the episode that can carry it. And yeah, it's great stuff. Like I was saying, I think we're 7 from 7 with this season. And there was some great creative stuff this episode, especially with some of the kills, the way, you know, they portrayed this Phantom Soldier, a few homages to Jaws, I reckon. But yeah, great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. It's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.